Okay, there we go. Yes, indeed. Hello there, everyone. It's Mark3. Welcome back to From the Depths, the Dakka adventure, where I fly around with many, many guns. Though admittedly, after last time, I saved the craft, but then forgot to save, so it's like, yay. So at least I had the craft, so I've played a bit forward since then. Just rebuilding what I'd lost, effectively. And as you can see, I've modified the craft a tiny bits. I've now got these storage lockers mounted on the side just to hold some more materials. So, yeah, I've just done a bit of harvesting and that's about it. Yeah, but yeah, welcome to the stream, Guttle Muscator, welcome to the stream, Lollard, welcome to the stream, Team Plays, and welcome to the stream, Little Mean. Welcome, one and all. Now, what should I do? Is there anything nearby? No, not really. Okay. There is, however, a resource zone, so let's go over that way. Yeah, since I started work on Legionnaire's Land Cruiser upgrade, I've been getting more into like doing, you know, just flat out doing more cosmetic work, more fluff, more appearance, that kind of thing. I never really tried to focus on doing special looks and things for craft, to be quite honest. But it's something I'm getting into now. So, you know. Oh, it's still 11 kilometers away. Do I have any fuel? I do. Kick in the booster. Forwards! Oh wait, that's the altitude one. Oops, no, that's the booster. Whee! There we go. Okay. I love that booster. Very, very useful. I think that's the resource zone over there, isn't it? Oh, there's two resource zones. Okay, good. It's buffering for you for once. Hang on. The stream health is... What? Apparently the stream is offline. Hang on. Shouldn't be doing that, so I think there's something going on. No. Actually, no. Refreshing my page fixed that, so yeah. Just refresh your page, Shortest Viking. Also, welcome to the stream, by the way. How much does it cost? Does it have an AI? It does have an AI. It's fully functional in terms of AI. I think that's the newer one. Yep, over here. Not going into you, blue circle. Ooh, no. As for the cost, not sure. I'm just turning off my booster now. Boosting that 10 kilometers has cost me half of my fuel, though. I should probably point that out. Okay, right. Just going to drift into place because I've got a lot more resource harvesters than I did before. Massive banks of resource harvesters. So I can very quickly strip out resource zones now. Anyway, you said you wanted to know the cost of it. I can't see because my face is in the way. Hang on. Right now, the craft costs 90,500. Okay, yeah, so 90,600. Oh, full reverse. Wait, so what's going on? Oh, no buffering. Oh, I get it now. What I'm going to work on is painting this thing pink and giving it a bow tie and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's totally what I'm going to do. Right, that one's drained right now. Almost completely gone. Okay, that's fine. I won't bother moving then. Can't see a darn thing. There was another resource zone somewhere very nearby, though. Where was it? Ah, there's the other one over there. And that is also full, so... Okay, not too bad. Though actually what I'm going to do, Guttle Mascator, is a long-standing problem with this design, and something you actually commented on last stream as well, which is I am going to get this thing actually so I can survive better in it. So This stream's going to be focused on enlarging the central pillar, refitting the main spaces, and getting me into a more protected space rather than where I'm sitting right now in the front, because there have been times when I've flat out been killed by that. So, you know, it does need to be changed just a tiny bit. There we go. Okay. Now locked into place. Okay. Right. Get the camera back under control would be nice too. Nope, I'm drifting back out of the zone. Really need an anchor for these craft, but not such a thing in the game. Okay. Right now I am 102 meters long. And what I want to do is I want to enlarge the central column and also get myself a better place to sit. So, let us begin. I also need to get more space in there to mount more weaponry as well. This is going to increase the bulk of this craft a fair bit, but it's kind of needed. So, you know, no way around it really. Just even that space out a bit. Oh, there's another gap underneath. Oh, I forget how to take things off that, which is why I never use it. Ugh. Okay, there we go. So right now this entire thing houses mainly the... Once again I've drifted out of the resource zone, hang on. This entire rear section actually houses the emergency booster. That's the only thing in here. So it's the emergency booster plus some armoring to help protect it a little bit. So this entire rear section, in fact, apart from the resource containers on top, it goes as far forward as here. From here on back is entirely jet engine. And that's the booster which kicks me up to 120 meters per second when I choose to use it. So, yeah, that is that. What I need, though, is to get this thing with more space in it, according to my grand old quote-unquote master plan. So, how does that look? Yeah, that should be still okay. So building into it enough space for a... Hang on. What layer is that? Oh, that's the compressor layer. I need to drop it down one more. Yeah, so I'm going to drop this cavity down to here, since I'm now working in a 3x6 arrangement, which should hopefully not be too bad. I'll need to decorate it with more superstructure around the outsides of the craft, though. Oh wait, that just cut out some of the rear thrust a little bit, so let's actually get some holes in there for now to keep the rear thrusters running full power. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to connect it to here. So actually tear out that bit I just added. Let's see, how low is that to the ground? That is 1 meter down, so about here. Yeah, about there. Oops. Oh, that wasn't even attached. Of course it wasn't. I think that's about right. Yeah, about there. So now I've got that, I'm going to add in a bit more bracing like that. So that's going to be a new undersection towards the back, and I'm going to load in an additional 200mm anti-surface Gatling cannon, which should fit quite nicely. Yeah, about there. Just increase the, just move it down a little bit further. Yeah, there we go. An additional anti-surface Gatling cannon, which I believe I now need to correct if my theory about it's correct. Where is the where's the wireless? You're on channel 1, yes. You're on channel, there's the fault in it. Right, channel 1. Okay, now that thing is fully armed. So there we go, we've got an extra Gatling cannon going in underneath it. So 2 Gatlings instead of just 1. This is going to ruin someone's day, I can tell you that for a fact. I think about there, so let's build a downslope 4. Hiya Rafa, welcome to the stream. Then let's build a downslope 2 here. Yeah, that seems okay. No laptop, I do not want you to install Office, thank you very much. Yeah, you remember the wooden hover? I have come a bit of a distance from the wooden hover. Yeah. I don't... Did I even actually make this thing out of wood? I forget. I'm not sure I did. Just a downslope 4 to connect it to where I want it to be. I also noticed the lag spike of something spawning in, so I know if I've got an enemy somewhere. Yeah, there's something over behind me. Was that? No, that wasn't Toba. Yeah, I think that was this one. Yeah, something behind me. Something. It should be that way anyway. Hang on. No, it's not behind me. It's actually in front of me. Right, I was looking the wrong direction. In front of me is this way. Don't know where it is. I don't know. It's a bit far away anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Oh yeah, that's something else I need to put in. I need to put in refinery systems too. Because I do need to get that fuel replaced that I'm using for this afterburner. Raffle, that's only when I kick in the emergency afterburner that I've got put into the back. I mean, this entire metal length from about the middle of this joint here back is one massive custom jet, so it can move about 120 odd meters per second if I kick that afterburner on, but that burns fuel extremely quickly, so, you know, emergency booster, or when I want to go somewhere faster. Normally I just go 53, but then kick it in, it's like 150. And that's because I added extra fuel burning to it. I think I'll take it off just to make it more efficient, to be quite honest. Otherwise, there's not much point in it. Well, it's like extra 20 meters per second, but it's burning like 4 times as much fuel. Let's ease off and come to a halt. There we go. Right. Right, where's those extra injectors I mounted into it? There's one. Get rid of that. Get rid of that one too. That's dropped it to 130, I think. Oh, hello. That's right, I need to correct that. I need to correct that secondary turret that I put into it. Right. You need a firing angle restriction loaded in to stop you from trying to blow the rest of the craft up. That would be quite nice. You need to change your azimuth limits. I think about 100-degree limit is probably good. Oh, hello, enemy aircraft. How are you? Dead? Good. Right. I'm just being riddled with shots. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's dead. Right. 100. To answer your question, yes, the jet uses compressors. It uses a lot of compressors, actually. Yeah, 130 degrees I think is probably the best bet. No, not 120, 130. Thank you. Right, I also need to put in the limits to stop it from shooting like that. Yeah, it's shooting at something else. These are the jets. Here we go. Right. Yeah, because it's a brand new one, it's not got a firing restriction on it. So that should be around... Ah, it's running out of ammunition. Okay. Like weapon controller, maximum range. Yep, stop that. Okay, you know what, shot. Oh, there's something big coming in. That explains it. Okay, I need to get to a higher altitude. And it's done. Sure. Yeah, something else is, of course, the fact that I don't have good detection. So, I mean, all of my detection systems, I only came to realise this after, at the end of last stream, that I was planning to upgrade my detection system, but I never actually did. So, my detection is absolutely rubbish. So I need to get this stuff remounted, because before my detection system was just limited to being underneath the craft, so, you know, not exactly helpful, that. Because I could only actually detect things underneath me. If aiming at things above me were just completely messed up. So that's why my laser cannons on the top kept firing. And in previous streams they kept firing even though the things were beneath me. They just didn't realise. What are we even shooting at now? Let's go back to low altitude. Oh, it's got some kind of advanced cannon. Okay, let's turn on my reflector shielding. So shielding is on. whatever it is, it seems to have got shields of its own, so my shots aren't doing much to it. Okay. What is that? Probably, yeah, it's white flare. Yeah, so all my shots are deflecting off the shields. Let's just go ahead and swat it. Oh, I've just realised my power supply is actually kind of forgotten. Right. Oops. Let's see if that helps. Just a big RTG bank. And then of course I need to kick in the emergency lifters, so there we go. Turn off the stabilizing jet system. What's even here? IS-40, I've ditched in the water again, so kind of normal actually. Yeah, I'm just trying to get out of the water now. Yeah, that's why I just put in extra RTGs on it, Viking. I hope I wasn't under attack right now though, to be quite fair. Okay, now then, let's see. Let's kick in the thrusters again. There we go. We are airborne. Sever the balloons. Full stabilization. Now are you going to realise what the hell's going on? Oh yeah, turn off my booster because I turned it off. Right, there we go. Yeah, my rear turret seems to have got stuck. That's fine. I only just put it in anyway. Right, lasers have killed it. Good. I've got the extra RTGs installed. Good. That thing is dead. Good. I need to get to my new underside, my new ventral turret, because it needs a fire arc restriction on U2. So, where's your... There you are. Let's also set you with 120s, actually. Actually, no, you can go... let's set you 140s. So you can spin further than the other one, but you're still prevented from going the wrong way. There we go. That should be good. Now, do you have a failsafe? Yes, you do. Increase that to maximum. Let's check you, make sure you're set to maximum still. I think you are, but... Yep, you are. Okay, right, sorted. Okay, we're back in the air. We've got plenty of power back. I can turn off my shields. There we go. We've got extra firepower. We've got extra power generation. So, yeah. It's getting a bit bigger. Now, where's the nearest resource zone? Over that way. Actually, were there any resources from dead enemies? Let's check. Yeah, at least there were no martyrs in the water trying to blow me up while I was doing that. Yeah, there is that. Yeah, I think that's the zone over there. Let's just kick in the booster and go. Okay, see you in a moment then, Sporty. Right. But yeah, adding that massive bank of RTGs seems to have given it a lot better power reserve suddenly. But then again, that's because I'm expanding the space on the vehicle anyway, so, you know, useful. Useful stuff to have. Let's just go ahead and grab this. There's nothing else around. No, there is not. Okay. Now that said, getting the RTGs in has cost me like about half of my available resources there. Well spent though. I definitely needed a better power supply. There we go. In place. Oh, yep. And there it goes. Right, okay. Where is the next resource zone? 7 kilometers away over this way. I'm not going to fly here manually this time, by the way. I'm actually going to kick in the autopilot this time. Since I want to actually get building again.
Listening.
Okay, so nearest one is this way. About 7 kilometers distant, which is there.
Form up and fly with me.
So there we go. Now flying on autopilot, which is a bit shaky because autopilot doesn't like a fully advanced controller craft, but hey, you know, it'll get where it's going sooner or later. So I'm not going to bother about it. Okay, let's get back to building. Right. So I've just built in a new RTG complement underneath that turret. So let's get this installed like that. Actually, don't do that. I do need more material storage. So this is probably a good place to include some of that. There we go. Material storage. And then it's going to be a layer of plating going up like that. So, okay, right. Getting, that's starting to take its shape a little bit. I think. Don't quote me on that. It's taking shape, sort of. Yeah, let's put it that way. It's taking shape, sort of. There we go. That's starting to do it. Thing is, because this is a big RTG section, I kind of want to make sure it's protected. So, yeah, I've got to try and make sure this thing is all protected. Plus there's the fact that it's got a massive cannon right underneath it, so I've got to be aware of that for ammo explosion purposes. Oh hello, we've just arrived and flown past it because we're on autopilot, so...
Turning off.
Yep, still alive. No one else is really talking at the moment, but... well, what can you do? Is every stream now called the Dakka Adventure? No, Epic, it is not. Unless you mean this adventure series, in which case, yes, because rather than just call it like Series 2, which was like confusing and redundant because we had Toba as well. So this one has just been recalled Dakka Adventure instead because it's basically an adventure where we've got lots and lots of rapid firepower. So, you know, that's kind of the whole premise of it, really. Or at least that's what it is in my brain. Don't know if that applies to anywhere else, but yeah. And we'll just park right here and harvest the zone. It's going to be gone quite soon. Yep, there it goes already. Wait, there's one nearby? Where is that? Over this way, apparently. Oh, it's on the other side of that circle. Okay. Yeah, two different series. The only reason Series 2 got renamed to Dakka is because, as I said, they were both running at the same time. So I needed something to distinguish them. I mean, one's called Toba, but the other one just been called Series 2. It's like, not quite right. Okay, let's just come over here and... don't know about placing some important stuff like that underneath. Well, you got to remember that I'm actually building thick armor on them now. Plus, there's turretage down there. Plus, normally I'm hovering fairly close to the surface of the water, so the more dangerous stuff that can really damage me are actually coming from the top or in an arc, just trying to like angle in on me. So they have to go through a lot more of the craft if they're under there, under most circumstances. Also, don't worry about laser AMS. That is very much in the plan. Actually, let's expand this one slightly, like that. Yeah, I just put them in the sort of, hey, let's go ahead and decorate them slightly. And that's basically how it wound up being. So, let's see, that's a 2. So I can get some more sloping back in. But yeah, don't worry, that I've not mentioned it because I've not been talking about it much because, you know, I got kind of attacked there for a little bit. But the reason I built this new space that's going underneath here as a 3x6 is because I'm going to put laser systems in here. So there's going to be laser power, laser system, laser power, yada yada yada. It's all going to be in here. I'm just kind of working on it a little bit. Like how, because I'm aware this is high explosive guns and a high priority area, so that's why I'm making sure it's got solid metal plating to try to ensure basically that it's properly protected. Because I don't want this place blowing up for some strange reason. You know? Okay, let's get this one like this. Then we'll again use the inverted corners there to extend it one deeper. Oh, no, a bit too soon. Put it there. Actually, in terms of AMS, quad Q switch is actually more effective than continuous. I tested them both. I tested them both like day before yesterday, and the quad pulse was just flat out more effective than continuous beam in intercepting incoming weaponry. So, you know, strange things abound. A backup injector engine. Well, the thing is, the other stated goal of this particular stream, you weren't here, Sporty, at the time, but the other stated goal is I'm going to rework the existing structure. So, because I'm sitting at the front right now, and the AI's up front with me as well, and it's all really vulnerable. So it's like, I need to move things around within the chassis, because this vehicle has got a lot bigger than it used to be. So the front area flat out needs a rework, and that's going to be happening here too. So, yeah. You disagree with it being more effective than the DRQ? For the simple fact that it's far faster at aiming. Incorrect. They aim at the same speed, it's just that the 4Q fires like at half the time. So, sorry, the 4Q fires at half the speed of the beam. I mean, it says beam, but it's actually a really fast-firing laser, effectively. But the 4Q is much more power efficient, so it maintains its damage longer. So, you know. There's also things you could say about it, but yeah. No, it doesn't, Swarty. No, it doesn't. 4Q fires faster than that. What was the numbers? 1Q fires every second, and then every Q switch you add after that doubles the firing rate. So it's not like +1 per second. It's actually doubles it. So a 4Q actually fires 8 times a second, not 4. I think. No wait, 1, then 2, then 4, then 8. Yes, 8. So a 4Q laser fires 8 times every second, not 4. But it's also a lot more power efficient than the beam one as well. Not to mention it's more damaging too. The beam one just continuously drains power for every missed shot, so... Then again, we can just keep arguing about this, can't we? We've got different views on what's more useful for it. Where's this resource zone? Over here. Since 2.0, all Qs have equal power efficiency? Okay, I did not notice that in the patch notes. Is that true? Yeah, so have they really balanced out the power efficiency on the Q switches? Because if they have, I am actually mildly disappointed in that. Because it was an added layer of complexity to the laser system. Like, what do you want? Do you want a single beam which is more powerful per shot, or do you want to have more power efficiency at the cost of lower individual beam striking power? So, you know. And I was right on the AQ. 8Q. Sorry, no, 4Q. You can't have an 8Q. Right. Beam would hit more often than the pulse? Yes, but the thing is the beam is a lot less efficient about it. So, beam you need multiple strikes no matter what, since it fires 40 times a second. Anyway, right. What I just decided in my infinite wisdom is to expand this side plating a little bit. So, let's get started with that. Because that's the 3, that's going to house it, but I want it to expand it a bit further so it can house more stuff around it. I can make it narrower though in a little bit when I want to. Pretty sure they did, okay. Okay, so that's a sloped bit going in. Now I need the, once again, diagonal beam cuts to get the basic structure in place.
Turning off.
we go, that's that. What are you guys set to? You guys are set to thrust reverse. Thrust reverse. Thruster. Thruster. Okay, so I've got 2 thrusters back there and 2 thruster reverse as well. Okay. I'm going to get that balanced out. And then we take these ones out completely because we don't need them anymore. So that's helped stabilize it. Alright. Single input cavity with 3-meter charges. Yeah, that's not a bad one, that. I've never tried that one, actually. Well, actually, flat out sort of, before 2Q, it used to be like, what was I think? Before 2Q, before before version 2, it was like, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Never mind. Stuff. I am Lord Emperor. Me right person, you wrong person. Yes. No. That's not how it works, unfortunately. Anyway, yeah. I guess it comes down to what you prefer in your anti-munition system, doesn't it? Do you want one that hits harder per shot, or do you want one that needs multiple shots to do it, but is more likely to land an individual given shot on the target? So, yeah. That's what it comes down to, isn't it? Now, for 4Q, it's easy to achieve damage per pulse. It can be, because, well, as I just said, it's more effective as in it requires less hits on a given shell or missile to destroy it. So, potentially that's much less shots fired, but in terms of the individual shots actually hitting, it's got the same chance as the beam one. So it depends, really. It really does depend a lot. Okay, so it's that way, 7 kilometers forward. Down here. There it is.
Form up and fly with fleet. Moving out. Moving out.
Oh, yeah, there's benefits to doing it all different ways, though, isn't there? I think that's one of the things I like about this game. You can say, oh, this is quote-unquote best, that is quote-unquote best, but end of the day, there is a lot going on behind the scenes. Oh, massive resources. Whoops. Okay. But yeah, there's an extreme to everything. Have I actually reached the target? No, I'm still traveling. Okay, so this is my new battery bank going together. So I can start to strip out the battery bank in the original core section. I just need to find the electric engine to bring it all together. That's the electric engine. I get the feeling I just cut something big out of circuit. There it is. Yeah, I cut most of my battery supply out of circuit. Right. And because of that, I've ditched in the water once again. Oh, yeah. You can't win sometimes, can you? No, I want the battery to be... No, the engine has to be a bit better protected than that. So... Resource, electric engine... There we go. Okay. So I've got that. Now I need to get out of the water, which is why I included this ACB and everything on top, so I can manually shut down all engines. Then I can get the balloons out, so it won't interfere. And then we do this. And then we just kick the thrusters back in. Like that. Thrusters are back in to stabilise. Turn off my emergency booster. And now that we're stabilising, I can just sever the balloons and off we go. So yeah, that's why I've got those two controls right up there, because I can just do that and get it... Well, it's much easier to get me out of the water than it was before. Let's put it that way. I mean, you guys remember how much floundering I was doing, don't you? Just trying to get out of the damn water. Oh, that was some crazy stuff. And that's why this thing is called the Derpfin as well. So, you know, it kind of stuck. Just a bit. Anyway, let's go back to scrapping out some stuff. That's jets. I've got these battery storage silos in the wings. Did I actually hook those up to anything? I don't think I ever did. No, they're just running by themselves. So that's not an area I really want to customize right now, so I want to keep digging around in the core of this craft. Just tearing out batteries and gizmos left, right and centre. Because I'm moving them. I'm moving them somewhere else. Ah, good, we're in the resource zone. Okay. Now if I plug this one in, this will give me 30,000 engine power. Jolly good. Turn off the autopilot because it sucks. And then we want to get to the thing. Sporty, not quite, because remember you can get slower firing lasers. You can manually restrict the firing rate of the laser to reduce the power requirement on it. But yeah, basically the chat's just talking about lasers now. It's all about the lasers. Full reverse. There we go. Right. But yeah, unfortunately, while doing a bit of navigating there, I've lost track of the conversation, so it's like, you know. Let's scroll back and see what I've got going on. Da, 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 da. Not sure basically what... I know I missed something in that discussion, but I'm not sure what. Damage can drop for, say, not being able to charge them as fast as they burn up power. If what you guys are talking about is the fact that if you don't have enough charging to maintain for the amount of lasers you're firing, then it's less efficient. Yes. Well, I don't know about efficiency, but it does less damage per shot. But then that's what you lot talked me into doing in terms of restricting the maximum fire rate of a laser system to make it able to fully charge between shots, which makes it just as efficient. It just doesn't shoot as fast. So I don't know what the chat's going on, but I can also see the chat's messed up slightly as well. So I'm just refreshing the chats. There we go. Don't worry about the chat, just build. Sure. I'm just harvesting some resources right now. Anyway, I've got this, so that's there. I've got this RTG system gone in here. Do I want this here or do I want this? Good question. Let's actually just build this up so it's more battery storage like that. So there we go, that's that. And we also need to get, well, we don't need to get this, but I've been tearing out a lot of power storage up here. I'm going to need to move the AI though. Oh yeah, that's the lure box with the hunting code in it. But yeah, look how crowded this is at the front. Such a mess. And I mean, I already gutted some parts out of it earlier, but this stuff is all at the front and highly vulnerable, so this is why it needs to be moved. Because the front just doesn't have very much space in it, flat out. But the back, plenty of potential space. So, yeah, plenty of potential space. I mean, thanks to that change, I've now got a 31,000 horsepower electric engine. So, I'm not exactly short on resources now. In terms, well, engine power anyway. Let's see, did I actually connect these side parts into the main battery system or not? I don't think I did. I did not, so they can actually get gutted out entirely anyway. Okay. There we go, so that's the battery stores and those sort taken out. These are my ammo containers there. The front is looking kind of barren actually without the power core in it. Q-switch laser, but the continuous laser you get the damage drop off because the laser is... wait, what? The thing is, the laser AMS system is actually just like firing a full-fledged laser blast, from what I can tell. So there's not actually any real difference, I don't think. Let's move some power. Let's move some of the material storage actually. That's outer hull, so I don't want to move it there, but I can move some of it into here. This is just going to be flat up moving the material storage, so it's not that great. It's actually much more compact than before. So that's that, but this is also like overflow material storage, I guess you could say, so it's not as important to protect it. I'll still have a lot of my material capacity within the ship itself. But right now that is just there to act as storage. So okay, that's that. That means I can start pulling off some of this stuff to modify the craft further. I need to extend these out. Let's leave that one in, actually. Yeah, let's leave that one in. So that's that. Shift the storage around, and then I'll actually start the expansion here. Then I'll swap it down to a 3. That's the half mark, and then we'll do 2. Like that. Yeah, that seems okay. Let's do it like that. Also, I've noticed my resource have disappeared, so let's go over there. Yeah, I just noticed Scuttle Mascator, but this is a small resource zone, so it's not going to take long. But I'm getting this back structure in place so that I can work a bit more effectively on some of this stuff. Let's see, I need triangle 4. Then I need triangle 3. Triangle 2. Let's make it thicker. Give me some internal space. Then this is the 4 point, so that's where it goes into 4. Wait, did I just... Oh, I messed that up. Okay. Chat has a small delay. Yeah, chat always has a small delay. At least if you mean to appearing on the screen, for me, yeah. It's like 7 or 8 seconds to appear on my screen. But if I speak to you guys, then you hear it like, oops. Then it's some like 10 seconds usually. Something like that. Okay, it's the beam 3. And this should be the 4s. Yep. "20 seconds. Okay, so yeah. I just gave you the averages, but you got to remember it does vary a bit as well. So it's not going to be perfect, all right? It's not going to be perfect. New zone is 5 kilometers away. It's not got much in it, so okay. Let's turn this way then. I think the zone is like this way. Yeah. Kicking the burners. Full throttle. Still not put in that refinery, actually. I really should do that. Because I'm burning through fuel pretty quick. Yeah, I know there's an enemy around. I have noticed that marker as well. It's nowhere near me though, otherwise my detector system would have noticed it. Oh, something else just spawned ahead of me. There we go, coming to a halt. Right. All stop. Harvest some more resources. Hiya, Vendance. Welcome to the stream. Oops, that resource zone's actually gone. Let's move over. Let's just keep on going. Oh, they've noticed something at last. Well, one of the cannon's house anyway. I suspect that forward cannon's got more range allowed on it than the other one I put in. Probably should reduce that actually. Yeah, that's a massive difference there. I suspect the one currently firing is set to like 3 kilometers or something. You are, aren't you? Hang on, I need to hide my camera for a moment. Now you're set to 2.5 kilometers as well. What? So you are set to 2.5. What's the other one set to? Okay, so you are... set to 2.5 kilometers. Okay, so why aren't you firing then? Not connected to a main frame. Really? There we go. Don't know why that changed, but apparently it did, so... I'm not even sure what they're shooting at, to be quite honest. Let's have a look. Oh, hello, it's a sailing ship. And apparently it's almost dead, too. Let's go over there. At least... Work while you're at work? What? Why would you do something crazy like that, Sporty? I mean, come on. Yep, you're dead. Okay. I also suspect I didn't actually give the AI enough muscle to actually keep up with its current detection systems, so it's having some issues with that. Oh well. And I think I'm going in the drink again. Oh, yeah. Yep, going straight in the drink. Right, this calls for an emergency getting out of there kind of thing. For now, those are just all thruster reverses. I am, I think, upside down. So, is my pack on? Yes, it is. It's set to fire when I've only got maxed out power reserve. So, you know, it's also slow firing too. Get the balloons out, turn off the thrusters. So that it lets me lift myself out. Up we go. Okay, that's fine. I should be able to get the thrusters back in now. You can tell I've gone in the water a lot because I've actually practiced how to get out of the water, you know? There we go. So boosted forward, out of it. And now I can jettison the balloons. So there we go. I much prefer having this manual system to get me out of the water rather than an automatic one, because then it's a case of I can choose when to use it. So I get to turn it off if I don't want to leave the water just then and there, like as soon as possible. Also, yeah, let's have some other balloons at the back. So there we go. That should help lift the craft a bit more balanced. But yeah, very much out of the water. So what's the question of why are you guys all on but when you're flipping thrust reverse? You guys are all thrust reverse in this lower bank down here, so right. But then why is the thrust reverse on the top also active? Because these guys are all thrusters. These guys are thrust reverse. I don't need these guys actually anymore, so take those out. So why are you all running? Also missiles. Oh, hello. Also, this is working really well. Splat. Oh, this thing. Why do you do this to me? Seriously, why do you do this to me? Alright, let's get you back out of the water then. Turn off your thrusters. I swear this loves the water too much. Let's hit that. Deploy the balloons. Get that out of the water. Yes, you're upside down right now, but... Okay, that craft is kind of dead. So, I'm not sure what it's shooting at. Oh, this thing needs some serious tuning. Right. Let's kick the thrusters back in. I'm getting far too much practice getting out of the water. Turn off my boosters. Turn that off. Hang on. Oh. Itchy nose. Itchy nose. There we go. Right, we're now in. We're now out, so we can now jettison the balloons, and we're up. Oh dear. Right. So why is it acting so oddly at the back there? Well, at least I've cleaned out the area that I wanted to do this with, so I can actually try and work this out. So. That's where that's going to go. And I want a nice wooden floor. That's going to be like that. I need control systems. I need PIDs. Need one here as well. I need a lure block, like that. Then I need to go and check my settings at the front and copy things out. So, lure box. let's get all of this. If I can. Copy all that. You're stopped. And then I should be able to copy this straight into this one. There we go. I've moved my lure code now, so I can just delete that lure block near the front. So, as soon as I find it again, there it is. Right, you, bye-bye. Lure block removed. Right, now, PIDs. They are further forward. I did grab it all because it's pinging just fine right now. So, let's see, PID, you are the altitude control PID. 100, 3, 150. And you are altitude set to 50. Then I need the the ACBs to give me altitude control, which will be this. So set range to like 3, 4. Yeah, 4's fine. PID set value to 50 when I hit that. And PID, set PID to 250 within a range of 4 when I hit that. So there you go, that's the altitude PID moved. Because what I'm doing now is moving my control center. So I'm getting space cleaned out in the front, which will let me just like move out. So there we go. That's set. And the PID at the back is just taken over. So that's fine. Right. I don't think there's anything special in the other PID settings though, so I can just take those out. Though I need to get to the back immediately to stop the graph from ditching in the water again. Which is going to do anyway, so... in the drink we go once more. Roll PID for you. Pitch PID for you. Too late though, because it is now in the drink. Right, this is what the... Oh, jeez. Sooner or later this craft always winds up in the water. Have you guys noticed that? Also, welcome to the stream, Lolan. Yep. Let's get the balloons out so I can get back in the air. Up we go. Well, this is why it's called the Derpfin. It just keeps crashing into the ocean, given half a chance to do so. Okay, let's kick in the thrusters once more. You're all good. Let's turn off my boosters. Get some forward thrust. You're fine. Okay. Goodbye, balloons. There we go. Okay. The heck just happened there? Well, it's gone in the water again anyway, so... Right. Let's try that again. Thrusters down. Balloons out. I don't need those forward PIDs actually, so I can take those out too, as soon as I find it. These PIDs are... Oh yeah, I already took them out anyway. Right. Oh, I'm being shot at. I think. Okay. Right, I need the balancing to kick in now because apparently I'm being shot at. Right. Yep, definitely being shot at. All boosters kick in. Forward thrust, go. We are now airborne. Release the balloons. Full power to jets. Whoa! What are you doing? Why did you do... Wait. Are those balloons not released? What the hell? Why are you doing this? What the hell? Why are you doing this? You just like going in the water, don't you? Alright. Okay, turn off all thrusters again. Alright, are all balloons... Yeah, there's a couple of balloons back here that are still attached. Let's sever those. Sever those. No, I've got pitch control. That's the thing. It shouldn't be doing this. You're the roll. You're the pitch. Yeah, see, I've got a pitch PID set right there. Let's turn the power up on the pitch. Let's increase the derivative as well. Hopefully that'll do something. Still not detecting any enemies nearby, despite the fact I think I got shot a couple of times. So, balloons out. Lift me up. Yeah, I think I'm getting... No, wait, that was the thing. There is an enemy. I don't need test stimulus 1 on pitch and PIDs. So, yeah, I don't need that. Right, stabilizing thrusters in. Boost forward, get out of the water. Allow it to get itself steady. No, you don't need it. Test stimulus is to override it, otherwise it goes to 0. Yeah, you only need to set test stimulus if you don't want it to be on 0. Why are you doing this? The rear thrusters are acting really messed up right now. Right, what are you? You are just a thruster. Okay, you know what? I'll set you to roll right-hand side if you're going to be so insistent on being active all the time. Roll, roll. Jeez. Yeah, this is the best time to be having problems, isn't it? I think I just have too much pitch control going on at the freaking front. No. Underneath, I've got too much lift at the back. I think that's probably what's going on. Let's sever out some lift thrusters. Come on, stabilize yourself, you lifting thing. Why are you doing this to me? It's not meant to be doing this. Let's put it that way. Oh good, we're still drifting all over the darn place. At least I'm an erratic target. I can say that for myself at least. This craft ain't working right, but at least it's very hard to hit. Just get some more roll stabilization just to kick in there. Right. Okay, are you steady in the air now? Good, it's behaving itself again. Okay, we can sever the balloons. Oh, jeez. All balloons a go. We are once again airborne properly. Okay. Still don't know what was messing it up there, but something was messing it up. There's also the question of why the reverse jets are acting up at the back here, which is kind of strange. Those are supposed to be reverse jets. Those are meant to be firing. Yes. These are regular thrusters. Those are meant to be firing. Yes. These are also thruster reverse for stability issues. So let's cut those out for the moment. See if that helps. Are you steady? Yes, it is steady. Okay. Its turning is messed up because of where the turning thrusters are right now, but in general, this craft is steady once again. Which was harder than it should have been. It shouldn't have been having problems in the first place, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Hey dear. But yeah, the turning thrust is a bit messed up right now. But at least we're airborne again, so there is that. Ah, there it is. Oh, we're at max altitude. Okay, let's drop back down again. Seems steady when it's in free fall. Then once we get lower, yep, everything kicks in. And there we go. Okay, good. That is working, supposedly. But I still don't know why it was having problems though. Very weird. There's also the fact I can't really see right now because of the storm. Let's add in a decoration. Let's add in a light. Because, you know, it's nice to be able to see what the heck I'm doing. Yep, I dropped that. So, this is where I want to do this. Resources. Fuel refinery. Oh good, we're here. Slow down. Okay. No wait, is that the right one? Efficiency 30%, efficiency 50%. That's the one I want. Okay, that resource zone is gone. There is another one just ahead of me, but it's got a fair bit in it. Let's go this way. I do need to make sure that I don't overload the refinery, but right now I'm in the middle of moving, so... How are you doing, Mr. Refinery? You're not actually building up any gas, which is a bit strange. Oh well. There we go, just boost your refinery efficiency up a bit. As soon as I get parked, that is. Because, don't worry, I know that I have not fully connected my refinery. I'm just coming to a stop before I do. Okay. Now, let's connect. Let's get this thing connected. Connect. I want refineries. So if we can find it. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Right, refinery. Let's get some stacks in there. There we go. That'll get fuel production kicking in. Refinery efficiency rating of 5.4. I'm guessing that's kind of low. I am hovering at 50 odd meters though. So, what happens if I take this stuff out again? If I drop it a bit lower, what will it say then? .4, it's only gone up to a 6, so that's not too bad. And if I put it down here, 7. Okay, so right. Yeah, the closer to sea level is a refinery gets, the more efficient it is. Then let's put the refinery down here. What's it at? Now it's got an efficiency of 11. Alright. Problem is that's way too many things. So the thing is, Masquerade, if I drop it too low, then I'll just ditch in the water, and the PIDs get buggy when you get really low. So right now I'm hovering at 50 meters, and I don't dare drop the PIDs lower than that because they'll become unresponsive, and I might just drop in the water by mistake at some point. So, mind you, that happens anyway, doesn't it? I don't really know. But yeah, I'm just lowering the actual refinery block and then having most of the refinery up higher so that it will be more efficient. But right now it's an efficiency rating of 11.2. It's not building any gas. It's building 500 fuel a minute, though. So it's not building very much fuel, actually. So I suspect it's been changed. I mean, 500 fuel a minute? That's not very much at all. Especially for a refinery of that size. Where's that resource zone? No, I'm not pointing in the right direction. Okay, let's turn myself this way. No, it's the other way. Whoops, hang on. Over here. This way, come on. Turn. I need to remount those turning thrusters as soon as I can. Right. So it's actually over that way. Okay. Oh wait, there's a natural resource thing. Oh, it's only 188 material. Don't care about that. It is somewhere over here. Ah, there it is.
Form up and fly with fleet. Moving out.
Off we go. Right. No, Guts Masquerade is just the fact that PIDs don't respond properly at such a low level. But that said, I'm still not very happy with how slow this thing is. .530 fuel per second. That's really low. Why are you running so slowly? Suddenly it's 1,200. Hey. Can you tell it's been a while since I've messed around with refineries? I can. craft is a bit confused, I think. Extra 30% extra efficiency, processing factor increased by 50%. So, I'll be using 1,000 as a rate of 3.2. 300 materials into 1,000. 200 materials into 900. Oh, jeez. Thing is, I want fuel at a decent rate as well, which is not. Okay, so doing that makes it go to 620 fuel per minute, but it costs 125 material. Can I add an extra refinery onto this? I could, but it doesn't count. Right, sure. So extra these don't count. Extra refinery blocks don't count. So it's these extra stills and crackers that do something about it. Yeah, just puzzling my way through a refinery because I'm getting slightly confused by them right now. Also need that one back in there. Okay. Because they seem to be slower to me than they used to be. So it's like, were they always this slow? So that makes 618 per minute. So if I put it in here, it becomes 680 per minute. Damn it. I think you're right, Masticator. I think that's probably the best way to go about it, so I might as well just stop mucking around with this. I don't want to mess around with, like, I didn't want to mess around, like, saying, oh, let's ditch in the water and stuff like that, because... Oh, hello. I didn't want to mess around with it, but I do need to ditch in the water, apparently, to just produce fuel, so... Yeah, I think it's dead. Yeah, it gets very slow. So rather than ditching in the ocean, I'm going to actually land in the ocean. Right. Sure. Oh, there's another craft coming in. Why am I being attacked so suddenly? Oh, this one's a white flare one. Oh, I see. Yeah, but the problem with landing and taking off Gold Mascator is the fact that... hang on, let's turn that off. Well, I have got AA defense, but I'm just kind of like shooting it down a little bit. Oh, it's found something else to shoot at now. Okay. Yeah, that thing's dead in the water. And whatever it is over there just died. So, yeah. You mean anti-missile system. That's in the works, actually. It's just taking time to do. I just need better reverse thrusters on this thing now. It's kind of slow on reverse. So... There's also the fact that the refinery is actually manual too. So, okay, let's kick forward slightly. There we go. I should be relatively stable now in position. So, I'm giving up on fuel refining at the moment. Unless I include some kind of command to ditch the ship in the ocean. In which case then it'll just like struggle to even get out the ocean again. Unless I manually do it using... Yeah, unless I manually do it by adjusting my ACBs. Ah, jeez. Right. The problem is I'm running out of advanced controls. Unless... Yeah, my advanced controllers... I need more keys, basically. Refinery onto a spin block. I'm not sure you can put it on a spin block. Hang on, let's try. Oops, no, not that. New object. Spin block. Yeah, I thought so. I think I thought of that a while ago, but yeah, you can't actually put refinery onto a spin block. So either I have a separate vehicle doing this, like a boat, which is going to be an absolute pain to drag along because I'm a fast-moving aircraft, or I do as Guzzle Mascator has been saying and ditch in the water. So yeah. But the problem with that, of course, as I was trying to say, is that this craft is constantly evolving, so ditching in the water is going to keep changing exactly how this thing will float. That's going to keep changing as time goes on. And if the refinery actually gets below sea level, it stops working entirely, so it's got to be out of the water. So, also, I don't want it automatic because otherwise it'll just ditch in the middle of a fight or something. Ion thrusters are not powerful enough. They could help lift some of the rest of my craft out of the water to get the rest of the engines operating, but that's going to be kind of tricky. Let's see, I want you, let's set your range to 4, and then let's try this anyway. PID, set you to 0 test. So there we go, that's actually landed in the water now. The jets are getting somewhat confused by this, but they are accepting it. And because I'm actually a heavy craft, I am now sinking into the water. Said it's 15 meters. Well, good luck with that one. 15 meters. I'm not sure it'll respond properly at 15 meters, but we'll give it a shot. Did I set you a custom control? Let's set you to I. You mean rotors, H the third? Things to just lift me out? Yeah, they'd probably work a bit. But in terms of getting out, that's why I've got these balloons installed. To at least get me in the air. Okay, I want to get to standard altitude again. To 50 meters. Problem is I need to turn off my thrusters as well, because otherwise... Because of the craft trying to stabilise itself, they just push me straight back into the water. So I need to turn those. I need to turn all thrusters off to even get airborne again. There we go. Activate you again. Turn that off. Disconnect the balloons. Released. Stabilising. Check. Okay. Now I am hovering. Well, that's actually going against how the craft is shaped, Masticator, because I don't actually have air spaces installed, so big open areas is like the opposite of how this craft is being designed. So, okay, let's see. That's now set to... Do you want me to 15? So let's see how it responds to this one. Kicks in. Ditches a little bit. Holding steady, actually. Actually, that worked pretty well. I'm now literally hovering just above the surface of the water. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So this is where I am. It looks like storming. Let's hit forward and see how it responds to being moved at this. It's just touching the water. Like, only just. So as long as I don't drop the craft further than this, I won't ditch into it. But it is stable about here. So actually, I should increase it to 16 meters just to be sure. But dropping from 50 to 16 works. I am very surprised by this, but then again, I've not tried this since I turned up how responsive the altitude PIDs are. I know for a fact that wouldn't work if altitude PID was not in its default settings, because that's where it gets all messed up. It might not like a plunge from maximum combat altitude though. Let's actually try that. Up we go. So increasing to combat altitude. Actually, you can't use AC. You can't use automatic control blocks to turn your refinery on or off. So you have to go into the refinery and turn that manually. It's just refineries. You can't actually hook them into the code or anything like that. No, there is no refinery ACB control. Can I auto dock and redock? Yes, I can. You can use ACBs to do that. Lure, that's a struggle because it's hard to get it to grasp it. But I'm also not a coder, so you know that's problems too. Right, dropping to minimum altitude. Let's see how much this sinks it into the ocean. We might have a splashdown because we are dropping at a faster velocity this time. So it depends on how fast the jets kick back in. Oh. Almost. Came pretty close. Luckily though, the jets are higher up, so it held on. So, right. Okay. That setting is now in place, thank you. Got that sorted out. So now I can get a refinery for when I'm operating this low. Yeah. That's my big concern, if the jets could handle that. And why so many batteries? They power the particle cannon, and they power the systems, and I've torn out the batteries and power system from the front of the craft as well, so that's why batteries. Okay, now the question is how good can I make a refinery now? Fuel refinery. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So that's that. It's now operating at 5,000 fuel per minute for 500. Efficiency rating is already at 10.2. Okay. Yeah, this altitude is much, much better. $2,000 fuel per minute every 5 seconds. Refinery teleporter? What do you mean? Lollard, I need the faster refueling to get my fuel tanks back up to stock. Because remember, this is to fuel the emergency booster. However, that 2,500 per minute only cost me 125 materials. right now, and I'm going to increase the efficiency further as soon as I work it out. You've also got to remember that this refinery is very much a work in progress. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Refinery. If I drop it down a little bit further, what does it do? Yeah, that's because I didn't have any gas emission for it. 5,600. Refinery efficiency 9.3. 10. 6,000. Yeah, okay, so if I drop it a little bit more, like a couple of meters more, then it becomes maximum possible efficiency. Okay. So that's where the refinery is going to be then. Now then what I need is one of these to make these more effective. Then I'll put those there. Actually, let's raise them up one more. And add another one on as well. Right, so that's that. Take these guys out. And now it needs to have these to drop the gas emissions for it. Okay, that's keeping the gas down. It is producing 2,200 per minute at a cost of 60 materials. So, there we go. Dangerous gas is not doing too badly, but it's producing fuel at an acceptable rate. Again, go to a masticator. The problem is that the ship's going to keep growing over time, which is going to just cause problems. Dangerous gas is 24%. So yeah, okay. So I can drop down here to refuel, which is the point of this entire exercise. And then I've got a single refinery, which means I can easily turn it off. Which is the point of why I've only built a single refinery instead of multiple refineries. So I can drop down to this altitude when I want to restock my fuel tanks to get the emergency booster back online. Because it's producing fuel at an acceptable rate. 2,000 per minute. Actually, that's bad. Actually, 2,000 per minute. 2,000 per minute. That's gonna take. Ooh, geez. About 40 to 50 minutes to resupply my fuel for the emergency booster. That is horrible. Let's make it 100. Let's drop it. Let's drop the entire refinery into the water. Yeah, that sounds effective. Oh, jeez. Sure. Why not? Yeah, 28 minutes to refuel though. That's not exactly good. Besides which, I just dropped the entire refinery into the water, so you know. Right. How am I going to do this? Let's put in a set here. Basically, I want it refueling faster than that. 28 minutes flying around at this altitude, with that running all the time. Not what I want, really. Yeah, let's put it like that. Then I put in the desalinizer. Then I want the refineries. Yeah, I accidentally dropped the refinery into the water. It happens every once in a while, doesn't it? Okay, so what's this doing? 2,700 per minute. Or I could make flying at 16 meters feasible. I could, yeah. I could. That's 125. That's not quite my target. 91. No. Let's put in a cracker. That's still... No, that's 78 material. What the heck? 125. 91. Hang on, that's not right. No, if I put that in, that's supposed to be 60% processing time. That's supposed to be 150% processing time. So that's 125, 2,750. Now that's 125, 2,600. That's 91, 2,400. $78, 2,000. What? 91, 2,500. Why is this not better then? $28.6. Oh no. It's actually more efficient if I put in a coker than it is if I add in another cracker. That's what's going on here. It's more efficient to do it this way. 27.5, 28.6. Now it's dropping again. So it's not. It's actually better to have a ratio between the two. I think. Oh, don't worry about the gas. I can do something. Oh wait, hang on. The gas is actually blowing things up. Oh, my cannons have found something to shoot at. Even better. Right. Efficiency 22. What happens if I put in the coker? 21.4. 2,600 versus 2,700. Oh, whatever. Yeah, it is a bit. Okay, that's an enemy over there somewhere. Let's turn around a bit. Gotta remember that my turning thrust is still unstable. Okay, whatever that is, it is dead. I think it was an aircraft of some kind. Okay. I don't really care about how long individual batches take. I'm looking at the overall fuel production rate. 2,200 rather than 2,700. That's 500 per minute less. But 78 material versus 125. But it drops by a third in terms of how much material it's using. So yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, now it's a question of just keeping them from exploding, which would be kind of nice. No, lol, you can't. I've answered this several times already. Okay, I need a bit more. Cool it down slightly a bit. There we go. That adding a little bit more there, that keeps the refineries under control. They won't explode now by themselves unless they lose some of their exhausts. And I've got these massive plumes of flame out the back. So yeah. You need to have like 50% mix of both of them. Okay. Well, I was actually looking at material and stuff as well. But yeah. You're right though. 78. It's not a third better in terms of efficiency though. Yeah, let's just do this. This is actually pretty good. 91 for 2,500 material. Sorry, fuel per minute. That's okay. I'll accept that. That is okay. Anyway, I need to get these things sorted out. Need to get in some layers of armoring around them. Because, you know, they are tiny, tiny, tiny bit vulnerable. It is, but you've got to remember that it's producing less fuel as well over the same time periods, H the third. So that's the reduction in how much it's using per minute in material, but it's not counting how much fuel is being produced for that. So yeah, that's what we were talking about just then. Okay, so that's about the level there. Then I've backed that off a little bit to have like a 3 space like that. Jolly good. Million horsepower engine. That sounds like you'd need. Well, actually, what do you need a million horsepower for? That is a lot of power. We're just adding some reverse thrust to underneath it. So we've got a little bit more reverse thrust there. Actually, this should be a 3 beam, shouldn't it? Right, now the main reason I started to work on this is because I want to get some turning thrust remounted as well. So, let's go ahead and install some turning thrust, which will be about there. Yeah, that's going to be turning thrust. Because I do need to remount the turning thrust after all, so that's that. Then I can go up here and start removing some of the thrusters which are currently blocked, so those guys can go. And that will help stabilise its actual turning thrust. I think I need more stabilisation thrust as well. Oh, jeez. Just set the roll that side, roll reverse, roll, and roll. So there's a lot of thrust built into these wings actually. Yeah, I set those wrong. There we go. All set. At least I think it is. Yep, that's all set. Okay, so we've got those set up. We've got a couple of turning thrusters down there. I wanted to add some more batteries to this thing as well, so... Oh, I'm actually out of materials again. Darn it. That's the big problem, really, isn't it? Oh well, at least I've got fuel refinery going on. Yeah, I can't even control the refineries through that. So let's cut them off, because I don't really need them right now. So those are off. Increase to regular altitude, so that we don't have to worry about wobbling too much. There we go. And then we need to start finding more materials. So let's start doing that. Why are you tipping like that? More to the point, why do these balancing thrusters seem to be acting up? You're a left-hand side, yes. You're a left-hand side, yes. Your left-hand side, your left-hand side. Okay, those ones are all set up properly. You're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. Okay, so those are all left-hand side and right-hand side. So why was it tipping up so badly? It keeps acting up a lot, so it's like, Also, by the way, extending the bottom of the graph like that has cost me like 6 meters per second full speed with my existing thruster set. Front back is saturated. What? Oh, so that's why they're always firing. Oh, jeez. Okay. That means I need to dig into my pitch. Pitch PID, where are you? That's you. Are you saturated? No, it's not actually. It's not. It's just acting odd. Yeah, it's not saturated at all. Then when I kick forward, yeah, it's not saturated again. So that's not saturated. How's the roll? Again, no, that's not saturated. And yeah, I know some loss is expected. But it's not actually blocking, it's actually sloped, so it's not too bad. Okay, let's kick in the emergency booster. Whee! And it's dropping like a stone, it can't compensate properly. Okay. So yeah, when the emergency booster kicks in, it has some problems. Because the drag's just too uneven for where the thruster's mounted. So it just tips it straight down into the water. So, I've got refinery section sorted, but I can't actually use my emergency booster right now. Oops, and I just flew straight past the thing because I was thinking about that. Okay. Yeah, the top's going to be expanded as well. The problem is I just don't have the materials to do it. That's also going to stabilise the turning thruster, by the way. Since we all know that when I turn side to side, the craft is tipping up because I've got those things low down over there. So, that's where the PID things are. that, I guess. Then we need these turning thrusters to be moved up here. There we go. And that's done a lot to steady my tipping, though of course the fact is it's still not even on the drag, so that can't be helped. Well, yeah, this is part of the overall plan for the thing, though, to give it an actual fin, because since it's been called the Derpfin, let's actually give it a proper fin, you know? But it's still very much a work in progress. Let's slow down over here, hit the brakes. Okay. So yeah, the shape of the craft is very different compared to how it was before. So it's... Oh, there goes that resource zone. Really fast. Still nothing to shoot at, though. But yeah, it's causing a bit... It's got a bit more turning force from the top because it's... mainly because the bottom's got a lot more material down there. So it's got a lot more momentum to overcome it. Anyway, let's see what happens when I kick in the boosters this time. Okay, the drag from that top bit is enough for it to stay steady. Top speed has been reduced to 106 right now. Not too bad. Right now I'm actually flying at 60 rather than like yeah, to stabilize the turning thrust 40 and to also add more drag, because with just that big bulky fuel refining section on the bottom, the craft was too unstable to actually use its emergency booster. So it just needed to be balanced out a bit to even fly at full power, which has actually been reduced because of the increase in size. But yeah, it needs a lot more streamlining, but the problem with that is that I need more resources to do so. So yeah, it's still very much a work in progress. Okay, that resource zone is now dead. There is something else over this way though. No, it's this way. It just needs more work flat out at this point. It's not tail happy actually. The turning thrust is actually balanced right now. It's just that it gets tail happy H the third because of the fact that when it's actually moving forward, it loses half of its forward turning thrust. It literally loses half of its forward turning thrusters whenever it's moving forward. So yeah. I don't know if you actually saw this one. Probably not, because you said it's losing forward thrust, but yeah. Here. This is that's the part of the forward turning thrust right now. So see forward turning thrust like that. But then when I hit forward, they swing out to give me more forward thrust at the cost of losing some of the forward turning thrust. So That's where some of the forward turning thrust is going. Well, I've just demonstrated, so yeah, I do say so. And long range, I do have those twin railguns on the ventral mounts, which have 2.5 kilometer range on them. Honestly, there's not much point engaging beyond that, because remember, if it drops a big resource pocket, I need to fly to it to get the resources. So, might as well avoid long range stuff, like super long range, because I'd have to still fly over there and pick up the resources. So I might as well get a bit closer. A bit of risk versus a bit of convenience. So yeah, there we go. Also, I know there's an enemy over there, but it's probably not something big. I'm not getting anything really big. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, I mean that's why I don't have even much shields, but I've got a lot of armor, which is relatively decent. I've also got forward shielding if I'm facing a massively powerful high velocity cannon or something. I can actually deflect shots coming in from the front. But this is the Dakka adventure. It's all about me having lots and lots of guns, so it's like you've got to be kind of aggressive to do that kind of thing. You know? And no, I'm not going to save Guttural Masticator. I will never save. Never! You didn't see me do that, right? Not at all. I didn't save. Nope. There's something directly ahead of me, which is this way. Where is it? Oh, gone past it. It is on screen now, apparently. Ah, there it is. I think I'm doomed now, actually. Oh god, it's the Vanguard. Oh no, not a Vanguard. Let's just turn slightly so I can point at it. There we go, pointing at it. Make sure my camera's unhitched. Right. I am very, very doomed. Very, very doomed. I can't understate how doomed I am now, because there is a Vanguard. No, I didn't save Guttural Masticator. You're lying. That's a complete and utter lie. That I didn't save, not at all. So yeah, this poor little guy just wandering around out here. Now I'm going to hit forward thrusters, so it's like. Turn on my booster because why the hell not? Yep, it's noticed me. Or it's starting to, anyway. Yep, I think it's noticed me. It's moving my way. Oh, it's going to attack me soon. Have you noticed, by the way, its sail isn't up? I have. Kind of weird like that. Oh no, it's attacking me! Oh look, I'm attacking it. Yeah. Actually, I think I might survive this. Only just, but yeah. I might actually survive this. Oh, it was a harrowing and demanding battle, but I managed to kill the Vanguard. Oh, jeez. I don't know. Sometimes I just like to look at craft, and this thing actually does make quite an imposing sight when you look at it like this, doesn't it? But yeah, I've been on this plane of difficulty for quite a while, and I'm not seeing very much in terms of valuable vehicles to shoot at, so... Giant lumpy mass slowly slides into view. Are you trying to say something about my craft's shape there, H to the third? I'll remind you that the back half of the craft is still very much under construction. So, yeah. I don't know, it looks quite nice when it's like this, I think. But yes, I know the fact that half of the vehicle is still open and undeveloped is a bit of a downside, a detractor to its general appearance. I am aware of that. Okay, that's enough messing around with that. Right. Turn back on the systems. There's still nothing else to shoot at. So, yeah. I could do with advancing, to be quite fair. I could do with moving on deeper into the adventure. I mean, there's a lot of places to go. And the enemies at this difficulty level are just like barely worth mentioning most of the time. Let's kick the boosters back on as soon as I get turned around enough. Yeah, I am about to end because of the time. It's been like 2 hours and 20 right now. So this is about when I start slowing down and end the stream. So my style doesn't. You've got to remember, H to the third, that the front of the craft is a lot more rounded, but it's only partially built, and the back is completely open. So a lot of it just needs to be sorted out, basically, at this point. It's not inconsistent more that it's just like not finished, because I keep finding other things to add on, so I don't finish the rest of it. You know? I mean, the fact is that that's supposed to be rounded out. So these entire side mats are supposed to be rounded out, and then they'll actually be in the same kind of style as the forward ring on the front there. And this part's going to get rounded out as well. So you know. Okay, stop. Turn off the jets. There we go. So yeah, it's just how much of it is flat out incomplete. I think that's the main problem with its overall design. The main problem is just flat out lack of resources, but that's the way this stream series goes. It's like I play it with you guys along, so no matter what in a stream of adventure mode, it's going to be you're going to have lots of downtime between fights and things because the enemies just don't spawn often enough. I wish there was some kind of beacon that you could set off or something. It's like, hey, enemy, I want an enemy right now. And it's like, ooh, they appear, but it's just really random and inconsistent how often you get those enemies. Speaking of, there's actually an enemy over there. I think it's a really small flyer, so... I don't know. Let's go and kill it, I suppose. Notice, by the way, a short duration using my booster has depleted like a third of my fuel reserve. So that's the other reason why I put the refineries in this time, just so that I can refuel it more cheaply. Because it's very useful from just going from place to place. And now it's 20 kilometers to get to the next resource zone that's actually spawned. So, yeah. Let's actually find a blue ring to go into as well. Let's actually one over there. Let's kill this thing and then go through a blue ring. Might as well actually make some progress for once. Oh, I think it's a boat actually. Yeah, I think that's a boat. Also, it's shooting at me. Let's raise my forward shielding. Oh, look at it! Oh no! Yep, I think he's dead. Just turn off my shielding again. Oh yeah, that's really, really small. Oh dear. Where was that blue ring? Somewhere in this direction, I think. Oh wow, 200 materials. Yay! I just flat out need more thrusters in general. Also, I think I'll take offense at the whole you don't have a unified building style kind of thing. I do. The, the problem is that, again, in the adventure mode, I enjoy the adventure mode more. By the way, I was only kidding taking offense. I was only kidding about that, yeah. I'm not offended. I enjoy adventure mode more by having a ship that evolves as time goes on, rather than having a ship that's like, ooh, I'll build this up and suddenly it's done. Because then it's a big building project and I tend to burn out on those more easily. So a craft that gets bigger over time is, ooh, hello, that gets bigger and better over time is just, I find, more fun to me to play in adventure mode. So there is that. Okay, let's drop it down to sea level. How much will you ditch? Yep, you'll splash in with your ventral assembly, but you're otherwise okay. Right. Yeah, that was almost as dangerous as the Vanguard, wasn't it? Almost as dangerous as the Vanguard. Okay, so it's some low altitude. Let's actually get the refineries back on. And since I'm here, might as well get some more forward thrust worked in as well. Okay, so that's like that. How far does this go? Let's do it back to here, actually. With adventure mode rules, I actually tried that. I've said this many times now, I actually tried that. And the problem was my computer just couldn't keep up with it. But that's where my craft called the Locust came from. It was just an evolving single capital ship that was supposed to try and take over the world. Basically, unfortunately, my computer couldn't handle it towards the end of Netta. Sorry, not towards the end of Netta, towards the... I got as far as the Deepwater Guard, then it's like, stop and rebuild. Big mistake, series stopped, plus there's the fact that my computer couldn't handle it, so, you know. Fun times. Let's get you guys just flat out all forwards. Yeah, the thing is, I was actually doing that before that challenge appeared on the forums, so it's like, the forums copied me. Yes. Ah, there's a red ring over there, let's go for that. I don't know. Actually, yeah, that's the point. This is a better computer. So, yeah. This is a much better computer, which is why From the Depths has been reappearing more since I got it. And yeah, Epic, it's still going. It's about to end though, but I'm just, as usual, I'm failing to wrap it up very quickly. So, you know, stuff. However, for the last like 3/4 of an hour, I've had this really, really painful crick in my shoulder. And I've been wanting to just stop and try and ease it, but it's like, no, my shoulder's hurting for whatever reason, I don't know why. So, you know, fun times for that. Okay, let's go into the red. Beep. There we go. Now what difficulty am I at? Yeah, I mean that my entire first series was doing that. No wait, no, the second series. Yeah, first series I was trying to play it normally with really dinky little boats and stuff like that. Yeah, it's much better, much more playable now. Difficulty 2.09. And with that massive leap of progress, I think it's actually time to end because, you know, I've been saying I'll do that for a while and I've just not done it. So, yeah, I'm going to end it there. So this has been I Am Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the show and the Dakka adventure and things like that. I got the space to put in the laser system, but I've just not got around to putting in the laser system. Plus, it would be too expensive right now, so it's like, ugh, I don't know. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all some other time. See you all later. I really need to link people back to my older series, I think. Toba's going to wind up being tomorrow. Go to a Masticator. I keep trying to work myself up to doing a stream of it, but then things keep happening. So, sorry, not a stream, video episodes. Then things keep happening, and so I keep winding up not doing it. There was supposed to be a Toba today, so it's like, I don't know. I might actually skip Toba this week because I'm actually off work next week, so I'll have plenty of time to like try and work things out a bit better. Oh, cross out as the new update. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. Right. Except I probably won't be able to do it because I'm only level 17 engineer. Damn it. Yeah. Yeah, see you all later. I'm going now to have a look at crossout. Oh, jeez.